Hi, welcome back. And today I'm going to be talking about my most repurchased makeup in my collection. So I have a handful of products that I deem my tried and trues, my holy grails, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. And so even when I use them up, I almost immediately have a backup or eventually repurchase them because I miss them and I just can't be without them. Some of these products I've never actually gone through, but I want to go through. So this is kind of like greatest of all time that I've repurchased mixed with, I really love this product, I want to use it before it goes bad. So it's a little bit of a project pan as well. I'm going to share a few products here that I would like to use up by like, let's say like mid-fall, like maybe Halloween. If that sounds interesting to you, then just keep on watching. So my most repurchased foundation slash, I guess you should say like just plain old complexion product would be the Nars Tinted Moisturizer. I wear this in the shade Alaska, which is light 2. This has SPF 30 in it, so it does kind of act like a sunscreen as well, but I do always wear a sunscreen underneath it, but it does give you that little extra sun protection. I've gone through I don't know how many of these at this point. I always bounce around depending on the time of year between the shade Alaska and then the shade, I think it's Finland, for the winter time. As you see, this is a buildable coverage. Like, it's very light on the skin, it's very nourishing feeling, it has a nice glow to it, it doesn't cling to any sort of like dry patches, it ages gracefully, like it doesn't really like break apart on the skin all that much. And so I don't know, like I've been really interested in other things lately, so before I go out and just start buying like skin tints and like light coverage foundations again, like I do want to like use this up and, you know, get my money's worth because this product isn't cheap. Nars complexion products aren't cheap. Since this is like a tried and true, like if I try something else and I don't like it, I can always come back to this because it really is the GOAT. Now on to concealer, because Lord knows I need a bunch of it today because Mama's skin went through a little bit of a purging stage with my retinol usage here. So I'm going in with the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I wear this in the shade 3W. I like the shade 3W. It does lean pretty yellow, like it is a really warm color. But I found that the olive shade is kind of a strange olive shade. Like I like that shade, like it does match me in the summer, but I don't know, there's just something about 3W that just like feels better. And I'm a person with an olive undertone, so it's kind of strange for me. The shade 2W is pretty brightening on my under eyes, and I really, really like it. And I think it'll be even better for me in the winter time to give me a little extra like brightness and whatnot, or even like use all over my face. So this concealer has, I believe, squalene and caffeine in it. And so it depuffs, it's really nourishing on the skin. It has medium buildable coverage. I like to wear this on its own with just a green color corrector, like all over the face. And yeah, it's one of my favorite makeup products, and I've lost count how many times I've repurchased this. Like it really is a staple in my collection. For more coverage, this concealer is really good at concealing blemishes if you let it dry down a little bit. So I'm gonna let these spots kind of dry down as I do a little bit more of my makeup. So that's what's happening. Okay, this next product I have never repurchased, but I definitely will repurchase it, but it's almost empty. This is the Nyx Brow Glue. I love this product. I think it's like $10 to $8 depending on when you buy it, and this has lasted me literally forever. Like, it's probably expired at this point, but I honestly haven't noticed any sort of like lack in performance. I really, really love this product. It's really good for just really slicking up your brows if you're into that kind of look. if you're not into like a slicked up brow, this product probably won't be for you. But for me, it's absolutely perfect. This has lasted me forever and it's almost empty. I honestly have no idea how long I've had this, but look at the difference. Look at the difference a lifted brow makes to your face. Looking in the viewfinder and it's like, wow. Okay, so I've never successfully finished a bronzer. I've hit pan on bronzers, but I've never successfully finished one. A bronzer I would love to hit pan on, I would say by like mid-fall, is the Saie Sun Melt. I love this. This is, I believe, the oldest bronzer in my collection at this point because I have decluttered older ones. I feel like this is the oldest one in my collection at this point, and so, I don't know, I feel like it's time to just really commit myself to it and just harden in on that dent that I have in this bronzer and just really give it the, you know, the old college try. Now, I don't believe that I'm fully gonna finish this by mid-fall, but I at least want to hit the bottom. Like, that's the goal with all of these. Like, I don't plan on like finishing all of these up by mid-fall, but I would at least like to hit the bottom or make a significant impact dent-wise. I'm gonna blend out that concealer now with light dabs, and you can see just how much coverage that has. And that's what's so amazing about this concealer, is that you can really control the coverage of it because it is so creamy, but it does dry down without being drying, if that makes sense. So that's just a little trick when it comes to your liquid concealers. Let them dry down for more coverage. I'm just gonna kind of diffuse my bronzer a little bit with whatever's left on my concealer sponge here. Get a little more seamless. Blush. So I got two blushes here. First one, I don't see myself panning by mid-fall, but I at least want to see a dent in it, and here's why. This blush is by Tom Ford. This is the shade in Illuminate blush in the shade 03 Peach Poison. This is a really beautiful blush duo. You have a more like illuminated-ish, actually, I take that back. These are both pretty matte, but they do have a sheen to them, but there's no shimmer, it's not baked, it's kind of hard to explain. It just has a really beautiful finish, but they are matte. I would say it's more like a skin-like finish, like it really adheres to the texture of your skin, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't have like this like chalky, powdery, matte blush look to it. It really becomes one with you, okay? Does that just work? My favorite side is the more like darker kind of brownie peach side. And yeah, I just want to like focus on it and just see a significant dent and just really get my money's worth. These are like, are they like $95? So I'm just gonna take like a little boop, and these are very pigmented. I'm actually just gonna dab onto my hand as well, and this is one of my favorite blushes to drape with, like really get up into the temple and diffuse the skin. So obviously I have never repurchased this blush, and I don't own any other colors in this blush formula, but like I said before, I would like to at least see a significant dent in this blush. And to be honest, I don't think that I've ever finished a blush, and I don't know if I've ever panned a blush. I've panned, I think, 3 different powder highlighters. I don't think I've used them fully up, but I have panned powdered highlighters, and I've never used up a blush, liquid or powder, I don't think. So maybe I can change that this year, but who knows? But yeah, so that's a very light layer of Peach Poison, just the more brownie side. And you can really, this is a really pigmented blush, so you can really like packer on, but I'm being very delicate with it because I'm gonna layer a cream on top of this. So as you see, like you can just see that like kind of very elegant glow. It doesn't look powdery. It performs like a luxury makeup product. Is it worth $90 to $95, whatever the actual price is? No. I don't think any makeup item is actually worth that. But, so you're essentially paying for the Tom Ford name. So, does it perform the way a luxury makeup product should perform? Yes, is what I'm getting at. So, like, look at that. Like, okay, back onto the highlight category. While I have pan powdered highlighters, the only liquid highlighter I have continuously rebought is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Now this is a mini size because I purchased this when I was just almost out of the full size, and so I've gone through this twice. And I have a full-size backup waiting to be opened when I am finished with this. So it is really a tried and true, and I have repurchased this, I believe. I've repurchased 2 minis, and I have completely used up a full Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. And if you own this product, then you know that this is the product that never dies. This product literally lasts forever. I have this in the shade 3. In this little guy. I think they're pretty interchangeable. They're not that pigmented, and I really do have like a soft spot for this formula. While I do really love the Auric Glow Lust so much, like I love the Auric Glow Lust. While I do think it's such a beautiful and cosmetically elegant product, there is just something about the Hollywood Flawless Filter that I just absolutely love. Like I love it as an all over like mixer with my foundation or skin tint or anything like that. And I also love it as a highlight. So I have repurchased this multiple times, which says a lot because it really is like the product that never dies. Like it's so hard to use up. It just keeps going and going and going. And it is the OG of the products of this type. So it's like one of those things where I'm just like, like, do I need more than one type of this type of product in my collection? Probably not, but I just, I miss it when it's gone. I'll be completely honest, I miss it when it's gone. So, ooh, look at that. Okay, back on to blush, because, you know me and blush. I have never used up a blush, powder, or cream, and so the cream blush that I would like to use up is the Rose Inc Lip and Cheek Color. What is it? What is the actual name? Lip and Cheek Color, yes, and this is in the shade Foxglove. I'm just gonna pat that ever so slightly. Why am I using the viewfinder? I have a mirror right here. I'm just gonna pat that ever so slightly over the highlight and the powder blush, and just fuse them together with this beautiful, I love this blush so much. This is getting a little old in my collection. It's not like ancient or anything like that, but I did buy this, I think, a year ago, and I just don't want it to go bad and go to waste. So I would really like to focus on this cream blush in my like not filming times of wearing makeup. And just like see a pan. You know, I just want to see a pan. I don't want to use it up. I just want to see a pan in the middle there. And I'm on my way. There's pretty good dent because I do use this blush a lot because I love it. I love it so much. And you know, like if I ever do use this up to its entirety, or if I find that it's gone off because I didn't get to use it to its entirety, I would eventually repurchase a refill because these are refillable. You just pop her out back, and so the packaging you can have permanently, and you can buy a little refill pan. So I definitely would buy a little refill pan of Foxglove. So, you know, that's my testament to that. And take some time and just look at those complexion products together. Like, okay, you know, like, look at that. That's the stuff. Okay, eyes. Eyes are a tricky one. Like, you know, remember when palettes were a big thing? Who's actually gone through multiple palettes, like panned every single one? Like, definitely not me. Like, I've had eyeshadow palettes where I've hit pan on certain shades, but like I've never repurchased a palette because I hit pan or used up an entire shade in it, you know what I mean? And so like I am like the single eyeshadow queen over here, and so like the majority of my eye products are single eyeshadows, and so something I want to really try and put a dent in, I just grabbed this shade, but I have both of the shades in these old Tom Ford cream and powder eye colors. So I'm just showing you Golden Peach today, but I also have Naked Bronze. And so I just want to put a little bit of focus onto these puppies because they were really expensive. It's a luxury makeup brand. Unfortunately, these have been discontinued, and I just want to use them and get my money's worth. And it's such a beautiful formula. I remember like months ago I made a video and I'm like, I'm gonna try and not talk about these as much on my channel, but you know, to each their own. I'm sure a lot of people still have these in their collection because you get so much product in this adorable little duo. And you know, it's just one of those things where like, I just want to use it up. And so I really want to focus on my Tom Ford cream and powder duos and just get my money's worth, like really get what I paid for. Because we do have this habit, at least here in the online space of YouTube, like if something is discontinued or like it's an older product that isn't really being talked about all that much, we tend to stop using it because we don't find it relevant. And like there's kind of a new crowd of us where we do push quality over quantity when it comes to makeup buying. And I honestly think it just depends on the type of like, you know, beauty channel that you have. Like some people do reviews, so they do purchase everything. And then some people are like, hey, I just want to focus on my collection. And so I just want to really like reiterate that. One isn't better than the other, but it's like I just want to reiterate that the latter is my type of channel where I do want to focus on quality over quantity. And there's nothing wrong with these duos, and just because they're not for sale anymore and that they are years old on the market, or I guess were years old on the market, like they were not a new product when they were discontinued. They're just like a cult classic. They're a fan favorite, and I just want to use them and love them because they're still good. I'm starting to sweat. Oh my god, it's so hot. I have to keep my one window closed because I live on a busy street and there's like a lot of sirens and just like car noise. But oh my god, and my fans are so loud, so I have to turn off my fans and I'm just roasting. So my most purchased mascara, I would have to say, is the god damn it, is the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. This is a brand new tube! I'm so excited to open it because I am about to throw away my Merit Clean Lash mascara and my Hourglass Lash Extensions tubing mascara is on its way out as well. And plus I just never reach for it because I quite frankly do not like it and I don't want to promote it. So I have no problem opening up this new tube. Ooh, it's so nice. Ooh. Yeah, I haven't used a new tube of this since I think I was in Ireland. I think I brought a new tube of that with me there. Oh yeah, there's nothing like a brand new tube of this mascara. It's so lengthening and volumizing. At the same time, it really like, I would say that this is my favorite type of mascara wand, like the curved synthetic with the different length, little bristles on it, and it really just gets in there. Like look at the difference in my lashes. It's such an impressive formula, and the only reason that I would say this is my number 2 mascara, and probably because it's my most purchased mascara too. One, because it's so amazing, it's so good, the formula is absolutely incredible, but the shelf life is pretty non-existent. Like, it takes a really short amount of time for this to start to turn. Like, that's the biggest con and only con with this mascara, is that while it is, I think, like $20 or so, like, it's relatively inexpensive when it comes to like a good mascara, because I feel like a lot of drugstore mascaras, like, they're starting to get up there in price. And so, like, I guess I should preface, this is like a mid-tier price. When it comes to price point, this is like a mid-tier Sephora brand. Or I would say that this is a really excellent product, given that it's only like $20 or $22 or something like that. And the only con is that it has like a 2-month shelf life before it really starts to turn and just doesn't look nice anymore. And it's the only reason that it's my number 2 mascara behind the Victoria Beckham Beauty Future Lash mascara. And the only reason that I'm not talking about that mascara in this video and I am talking about this is because I haven't bought that one as much as I bought this. Due to the Victoria Beckham Beauty one being so expensive, and this one having a shorter shelf life, and it's cheaper to repurchase. So it was a really long-winded mascara. Okay, so my most repurchased lip liner is the NYX Lip Liner in the shade Natural. Look how teeny tiny this one is. I don't know how many I've gone through, and I honestly don't know how many I actually own in my collection, because every single time I would do any sort of bridal makeup or anything like that, I would pick one of these up from the drugstore just to have like a fresh one, and I would end up giving it to the bride because it's just so universal. Like, this looks good on any skin tone, and it gives like a variety of effects on any skin tone. So I think this is like My Lips but better, and I think this is a My Lips but better I can't line my lips and talk. I think this is a My Lips but better shade on a lot of skin tones. So yeah, that is the NYX lip liner in the shade Natural, and yeah, I just love this so much. The formula is so high performing. I am definitely one to promote not spending a lot of money on a lip liner. I think they more or less, like, if they're good, they're good. If they're bad, they're bad. So like, it doesn't matter whether they're luxury or drugstore. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. And this one is definitely, like, it reminds me formula-wise of the Charlotte Tilbury, but honestly, it might even be better than the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat. Like, it's just really is that good. Okay, now on to lips. So the first one, my most repurchased lip products are tied in at the Tower 28 Lip Jelly in the shade Chill. I love, this is my favorite lip gloss I've ever tried. Like, that's so good. And the reason that it's so good is that it's so nourishing. So like, I like this as a lip prep. I like to put this on before bed. I like to just wear this with a little bit of lip liner, and this is my lip product for the day. It's so nourishing and glossy. It lasts a long time. I think it's an amazing product. And then the other one is the Nars Afterglow Lip Balm. Ooh, it's so good. My camera died and I didn't turn my microphone back on. Trying to remember everything I said. I love this. I've gone through Laguna twice. It's my favorite color, but I'm going in today with, and I already applied it because, my God, this is the shade Torrid. It's this really beautiful kind of peachy coral color. It's a really great summer shade. What's really great about this formula is that it's a really thin consistency, it's moisturizing, and it doesn't have too much pigment. So you can just rehydrate and add a little bit of a tint to your lips all in one go. And they last really well. They're just really, it's a really great product, and people don't talk about it enough, in my opinion. I just love this formula. And yeah, I just, I think the shade and Laguna are my favorites, but I also own all of them. And so I think there's just like a little bit of tint that's suitable for all skin tones. I think anybody can find their perfect shade in this formula, and I think they're great. They're absolutely great. Okay, before I melt away, I just, that's it. So those are the makeup products that I have repurchased the most in my collection because I love them so much. They're just tried and trues and they never let me down. And yeah, I'll randomly update you on any sort of progress that I make with these other makeup products. And yeah, I'll just see you in the next one. Bye!